Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Hybrid. We have very different topics tonight, plus an announcement. You may be happy, you may not, but I'm gonna admit the announcement is gonna be very selfish of me. So I'll explain that when we get to that point. Okay, I'm seeing this. As always. Oh, there we jump. Okay, I guess my chat was falling behind. Finally, I just saw your message got refresh.
Yeah, I think the chat's a little bit laggy as well. So I think that's just YouTube's have been having some glitches probably for like a month now. So
So, as you can tell, one of our topics is the eBay updates because of everybody going crazy yesterday, or was it Tuesday when they announced it?
Tuesday, I think, yeah, everybody was going crazy.
And it's like, I looked at it, I'm like, okay, they're going up 5 cents, they're going up here. It's not really that much of a worry for me per se, but still, you can go off and spend $60 a year and get the new starter store for $8 a month, or no, $5 a month if you didn't want to do it month to month. So,
There's
go ahead.
there's a lot of good changes coming about too, and there's some maybe not so good ones. You know what I mean? So,
There has to be good and bad because
right.
not everybody's gonna love everything that's gonna go happen because depending on what you're doing for your business.
Right. And that's the thing is everybody can't love everything because eBay is not going to make everybody happy. That's just how it is.
Exactly. And like I'm gonna be honest. Since last week, I have not listed anything on eBay. I still got 31 items, but that's because I had personal things going on all week. Besides the house, I mean, there's other things going on. I wanted to go out and have some fun myself, that type of stuff. Because once I sit in this house for too long, I start getting a little cabin fever.
Right.
So, no, on eBay is not becoming Walmart. If that was the case, they would be lowering their prices. They would not be raising them. They wouldn't be doing Tanya's high, ask for it and you'll get it.
List high, and you can't ask for it, you don't get it. I just sold a shirt yesterday for $37.90 some cents, I think, and then a Tommy Hilfiger coat. For a vintage one for 110. So
yeah. So I realize, like I said, some people don't like the eBay changes. Well, then find somewhere else or build your own site. There's ways around it. But you gotta think of it this way. Besides Etsy and Amazon, really, those are the big three. I know you're talking about Posh and everything else. All those other, they're not, in my eyes, in the top yet.
Yeah, you're probably right. And Amazon, you got to think Amazon. Not a lot of people really list on there, and it's a different type of selling. Like you can't sell used clothing or vintage clothing or anything like that. So, you're very limited.
And I was actually thinking about going back to Amazon myself, but then I saw somebody post something in Resale Society that, I'm not doing an FBA, so that's a different thing altogether anyway, but that they're changing their fees for storage, so you're not really going to be able to do your long tail stuff for them either.
Well, I do a lot of like I will choose merchant fulfilled. So if I don't want to sell it on eBay, like I just have this VHS. It's a VHS. It's sitting back behind me. I still got to list it on Amazon, but it's going to go on Amazon eventually when I get time to do it. And it's super easy. Like I just do it merchant fulfilled, and it's going to be probably sell for like $18, $19. I'll just merchant fulfill it. you know?
Yeah, at least when the wife was with me, we stopped selling on Amazon because of they're doing that. They are starting to take the taxes for you,
Mhm.
and they're doing it for Colorado. So it's like I wasn't sure how that would affect what we were trying to do and
Mhm.
everything else. So I had like, okay, I'm gonna take a break from there to like figure out what's going on.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's like, they recognize the nexus or whatever where they just take out every state for you or whatnot, and it is what it is. Like, um, it's definitely a plus to have an accountant hired if you're gonna do Amazon.
Yeah. So that was why I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back to eBay. And I was talking about going back to the basic store, or even that's going up $2.
Yeah, the starter store seems like a good deal. Like, I mean, like what is it? $8.99 or $7.99, something like that a month?
Yeah, but then if you do it a year, it's only $4.99.
Yeah, that's a good deal. Like,
But you
I
only get
mean,
100 listings.
well, yeah, but you got to think about it. If you're a person who just really wants to check out eBay and see how it is, that $4.99 really is not going to be that much. So you would really have to sell about one item a month to pay for your store.
Yeah, that's why I'm actually thinking about doing it, only because the fact I already have 30 something items. If
Yep.
I, if I get to the 100, good. If I go over that and I start making the sales again, I can always bump up.
Yeah, you can always bump up or down at any time on your store. I mean, I had a basic and I bumped up to a premium, like right in the middle of my basic subscription. So.
So that's why I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to go with that. I'm still doing activating, and I think let's start. While you were doing your show, I was thinking to myself, should I start doing my patterns on Etsy?
Yeah, Etsy is definitely one of those sites I will be selling on soon, for sure.
Oh, I've been talking about it for over a year, so or more.
Yeah,
I have an account with them. I just haven't figured out because of the way we talked about before, the way they pay out. I was trying to.
right. And for me, like I have an Etsy account. I just haven't started listing because I've been so focused on eBay. Like I've been making it my baby and just cultivating it. I just haven't had time.
Owen Wolf says that she doesn't think you can bump down without a penalty.
No, you can. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. There is no penalties for bumping down or up, um, as long as you keep a store. As long as you are not trying to, what do you call it? I'm gonna Google it real fast just so I can see kind of gauge it. But I'm pretty sure you can.
And while you're doing that, Nathan said that he found vintage golf clubs with wooden shafts for 99 cents each.
Nice.
So that's Dawn said actually semi labor intensive but better money for vintage. Here's the kicker. I don't know if my patterns are considered vintage. I know they're from the 80s and 90s, so to
Oh
me
yeah,
they are.
that's vintage. That's vintage. Yep. I would say I think Etsy. Oh man, I think Etsy might think I don't know. I'd have to look this up, but at one point I know if you talk about vintage, like from 2001 and before, a lot of people consider vintage, and I think Etsy's probably pretty
I think
similar to
I
that.
said 1998.
It might be 98, yeah,
I think they're doing it 20 years.
yeah. The 20-year rule of thumb.
Okay, wait a minute. What does she want me to show? What do you want me to show, Dawn? And did you get your answer yet about eBay?
No, I'm still looking it up.
Okay.
Of course, when you type in, when you type it in, it gives you a bunch of forums and all this stuff you have to look through.
Well, you could just what's on eBay and you didn't have to Google it.
Right. Well, that's what I'm trying to do is go through eBay and see if there's a forum on eBay. A lot of eBay questions I Google because you have forums on eBay that come up, which are pretty helpful.
Oh, she wants us to show the Etsy thing again.
Which Etsy thing?
I think she just wants me to show Etsy.
Oh.
Try to explain it, Dawn, so we can understand exactly what she wants us to show.
I don't know what she's talking
I've done so many different Etsy shows, it's hard to say. That's what I'm saying. I've talked about it for a year. I've had Angie on talking about Etsy. I had Tanya on talking about Etsy. I had like maybe 3 or 4 different shows on Etsy itself. And while you're still looking, the other thing that I wanted to talk about was Shill Bidding. Because there was a post in the Reseller Society that somebody was complaining about the non-payers. And somebody made a comment that was a shill bidder. So I had to comment back and say, no, shill bidding is when you have a friend or a family member bid on your items just to bump up the price on other bidders. So once I said that, he's like, they didn't argue. They said, oh, okay, I didn't know that. So
yeah, that's the thing is like I have a lot of non-paying buyers. So like you could say, well, they're shill bidders. Well, it was a fixed price listing. So I mean, it's not really a shill bidder at that point. Okay, store subscription. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh no, I just thought I showed an Etsy thing that she missed.
Nice.
So I didn't show anything yet for Etsy. I did a couple of shows about it, but I did a show on the patterns. That's why I showed the Etsy prices there too. Okay, you can go ahead now.
All right, so I'm on the terms, the eBay store subscription terms and policies on eBay. And if you have a monthly subscription, you can cancel your store after the mandatory subscription period. But let me see here. It talks a lot about canceling your store. I don't see now. There definitely is an early termination fee to cancel it. Like if you full out cancel it, then yeah. But there's also no early termination fee for canceling a monthly subscription. If it's just per month, it's only the 1 year mark. But changing your subscription, you can change your subscription at any time, including your store subscription level and your subscription duration with no penalties.
Well, there you go, Owen Wolf. And Jim Kuhn made a comment. You can turn on immediate payment required on your buy it now listings, Yeah,
hold on. Sorry, Chris. So I just read this. If you have, it said that up above, but down below it says if you have a yearly subscription, that means for the whole year, and you downgrade to a lower yearly store subscription level prior to the last calendar month of a subscription, you're charged an early termination fee. In addition, you're billed the current higher subscription fee rate.
Oh, so I guess you do get penalized.
Yeah, so you do if you have the yearly, not the monthly. So yeah.
And I want to address Jim. He said that about you can do the buy it now things. The person that was doing the post, it was actually about auctions. It wasn't about a buy it now buyer. So that's why I stepped in about the shill bidding. And then I also told him that you can set up your unpaid item case to open in most cases within 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So you still don't have to worry about relisting sitting there. You can basically let eBay take care of it for you. You need to sit back and take care of the rest of the customers. instead of sitting there holding hands saying, "Are you going to pay me? Are you going to pay me? Are you going to pay me?" Just let eBay say, "Pay up, or you're getting a strike."
Yeah, that's what I do. I have everything. I have everything set to automatic on just the what do you call it? The non-paying is after I think 48 hours. Mine goes straight to like eBay collection services.
Yep.
So,
And then they have another 96 hours to pay anyway, so it's not like they're not getting extra time.
right, exactly, yeah. And I just have it set there because I don't want to have to send it myself. It's a pain in the butt to like sit there and like, oh, it's been this many, whatever. But I also don't do best offer anymore or anything, so that's helps me with that.
And before we get into your topics, it seems like I'm flying through them all of a sudden. It's only a quarter of this show.
Right. And sorry, go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say before we got into yours, because I know you're probably gonna draw people in that might want to come in and talk about it. I wanted to make an announcement now that starting next week, I'm gonna be moving the show to Monday night, same time, same channel. I'm doing it for personal reasons. I've gotten back into, as everybody knows, I like to play poker, so I've kind of gotten back into it. Well, now that I found out there's a game on Sunday night or Sunday afternoons and Thursday nights. So if I decide I want to go play on a Thursday night, I don't want to have to cancel the show and disappoint everybody. I'd rather just say, okay, I'm going to play poker tonight, or I'm just going to sit home and relax tonight.
Definitely. It's always good to have some relaxed time anyway. You can't just be working all the time and YouTube all the time. Like, it's always good to get out and do stuff.
Especially when you win.
Exactly. And you win money, right? What I was going to say is one of the things that I thought was most fascinating about eBay changing that is when they announced this reduction. So like if you don't offer free returns, you lose your TRS plus status, which means you're still a top rated seller. You just don't get your badge on the listing as top rated, and then you lose that extra 10%. And personally, like when I seen this come around, like tons of YouTubers were doing videos on it. And the most fascinating thing is every person I heard mention it, they said that they would lose their top rated plus status, or they would lose the little badge on the listing. And I'm probably right there with them. Honestly, I will not offer free returns. So for me, that 10% isn't worth it, and
I just went to 30 days return myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. 14 days. So for me to jump that.
Yep. 30. I'm at 30 days, and I've been at 30 days for quite some time. But John Nevermore Antiques says TRS Plus is not worth it, and that's totally right. For me, that 10% you're saving isn't worth the returns you're going to get, and it's just not. The returns you're gonna get are crazy. Are going to be crazy returns.
Yeah, but so I'm not gonna offer free returns either. So
yeah,
I'm not even at TRS or anything. So
yeah, and free returns like eBay. Actually, I read an article on this, and they said if you offer free returns, you have to accept every return, even buyer's remorse. You have to accept it. So, it might not be for everyone, and it may not be for you, but it could be for someone else. I mean, I don't know. It's always what is in your business model.
Let's see. Fueling for the light says eBay keeps insisting that their data, no sources are ever given, show that free returns actually reduces the return rate.
I feel like free returns would definitely increase your return rate. And so a funny thing is I read, so Rockstar Flipper put out a video a couple nights ago, and I guess he had why I found it interesting is even like he took a stance of like, I'm not going to offer that because his return rate went up like 4% or something like that. But Amazon, like if you look at Amazon, their return rate is like 45%, and they do hassle-free returns. 45%. Brick and mortar return rates are 25 to 30. So if like people are buying it in store and they're not returning it, and Amazon, the percentage is increasing more and more every year, that the free returns are going to have some kind of effect on that.
No. So does anybody want to come in and talk about any of these topics before we get into Shane's big one?
So Jim Cooncat says, isn't free returns better than getting a not as described return? I don't think so, no. To be honest.
Go ahead. I was going to say something.
To be honest, you can always fight the not as described, and most of the time you'll win. 50-50, you'll win.
Yeah, I was going to say the free returns, you have to take it anyway. So it's not, whether it's not as described or not, who says they're going to send you the right one back anyway?
Yeah.
They can send you a broken one. They can send you empty box.
Right, exactly. And the thing is with the free returns, you have no guard. You have to take it. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. Leisure Picker, yeah, Amazon, I believe, I could be wrong, it's 40 to 45%, 100%. That's what their return rate is on Amazon right now. I could be wrong, but it's like in between the 40 and 45%. So that's the thing is, returns, like, I don't know. It could be for your business, I don't know, but for me, it's just not. And I don't think that it affects your sales entirely that much. For that, I don't think it does.
Oh, I don't think so either. Okay, let's see. So get this, Flip said there would not be any returns if buyers would read listings and not read just title and look at pics only. That's what the guy look for. That's what's going to happen. The more and more people go to mobile on their phones and stuff like that, they're not going to want to go through the descriptions. That's why you want to make it as much as you can out front, so they say, okay, I got this information, that's what I want, at least in my opinion.
Well, and like on Amazon, like they're like, so what I was saying is not the individual sellers are getting 40%. Amazon as a company is about 40%. Brick and mortar as a whole is about 30 to 35. So those numbers are super skewed because each seller might be getting a 5 to 7% return rate on Amazon, but as a whole, it's 40%.
Let's see. Anybody want to pop in and talk about this since you're all typing? Okay. Owen Wolf wants to know, how will they ensure the package cost on these returns if you send it in a PFRE, and the buyer doesn't have one, they return it in a box at a more expensive rate? I don't know how they're going to handle that. I think eBay might be doing the ones that just gives the label out, if I remember right, depending on what return you're doing, if you're doing returns. Because there are 5 options. You can do free return, or was it something else that had the 5 options? I can't remember now. There was no returns, free returns, and then 3 other.
Yeah. Well, and now, so I'm reading this article on Amazon, or about Amazon, and so right now their return rate per seller is trending at about 5 to 15% per seller. So I guess that was when I read that article a while ago, it was a little higher because Amazon, and what I'm saying is 40% as a whole company, but Amazon piloted this thing where people could like, it was like completely free returns. Like, and I don't know if they're still doing that because I haven't sold anything on Amazon for quite some time. I'm getting back into Amazon, but I'm just going to merchant fulfill everything. But it depends what category you're talking about on Amazon too, because man, like Amazon, the CD category is insane returns. Because people are just ripping that crap to their computer and sending it right back, and they don't care.
And John from Nevermore said the other two were free 30-day and not free 30-day returns, free 60-day and not free 60-day returns.
Yeah. And even if it's a free 30-day, like, I don't know, man. One return could hit you hard. Like, literally, depending on what kind of item it is, one return could hit you pretty hard. If you're a small seller.
Okay, Fueling the Light for the Light says one of the reps on their Facebook page said buyer would get the amount of the original shipping and it's their problem to get the right packaging. If it would cost more, but all reps say different things. So
yeah. Basically, we're not gonna like really know anything until eBay comes out with until they roll the program out. And then when they roll the program out, they'll have some verbiage to go along with it that'll basically tell you like, hey, this is what it's gonna be. You know.
Yeah.
Man, that was a good topic. Free returns. A lot of people like that one.
Yeah, because nobody wanted to pop in.
I know. Yeah, keep in mind, people, if you just want to come in and chat, I mean, it don't have to be about free returns. If you want to hop in and just chat about maybe an issue you've had, or you just want like some people to know, I don't know, just hop in and we chat about anything.
And Shane, what was your topic?
So I want to talk about how thrift store pricing is affecting the market right now. And I'm currently going through this in my market, and where thrift store pricing is crazy, and how to source around that. So how to get out around it and source in different places, or just pick up different items that you don't normally see. And why I say this is because, man, like I have had several thrift stores in my area that are literally selling shoes for $30 a piece, $20 a piece. I can't even touch hardly any shoes. But, you know, like, I can't even remember. I think it was Andy Pearhead Picker. I was talking to him and I was just complaining about it. I'm like, man, I sound like a broken record. And, you know, I started thinking about it. I'm like, here's the deal. Resellers go into Goodwill, and we have always looked for things that they miss. That's what we're looking for. So just because they're pricing stuff up, trust me, they're going to miss a lot more than just that $40 pair of LL Bean boots, or, you know, that $20 mall brand jean that they put in the boutique for $20 and it's an American Eagle.
You wanted to know about ways around it. Well, one of the ways is the way we were looking at last week.
Mm-hmm.
You got the sites like Holler.
Yep.
They have $1, $2 items. Granted, they may not be thrift store high end, but if you wanted to do the somehow get money coming in that way, or if that's how you wanted to start.
Yeah, and another way is I run Craigslist ads, and people contact me, and I've gotten a ton of calls. This year, I don't know what it is. This year, I have made more deals off of my Craigslist ads than any year I've ever done it. I've literally, every week, I'm getting 2, 3, 4 deals and 10, 15 calls a week. It's crazy. And they're big deals.
Angie, so get this, Flip said she sources at Goodwill a lot, but she only buys whatever ticket it is for the 75% off that week, and she does
Yeah.
pretty good.
Well, and different Goodwills do it different too. So I don't even have a 75% off. At mine, they're only 50. And then some Goodwills do like a 1, 2, 3 sale, I believe, where it's like if it's a certain color, it's always $1 or 99 or a half. I don't know, something like that.
I wouldn't know. I haven't sourced in a thrift store in
Right.
too long. But
I love thrift stores.
well, I can't. I don't want to start filling up the house more when I'm still trying to
Clean it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally get you on that one. I'm guilty of not listing and buying and buying and buying. You know, and I've really had to rethink that in the last couple weeks. You know, especially about like now that I'm looking into wholesaling products, like I've probably applied to, I don't know, 10 or 15 wholesalers. I'm approved for 4 now, 4 or 5, something like that. And literally like last night no, not last night. Hold on. What is today? Today's Thursday. Yeah, forgot about that. On Tuesday night, I was up Skyping Tuesday and Wednesday morning, Skyping with people in China on for a wholesale item. And I'm like, man, if I would have looked back on myself and said that like a year ago, I would have laughed. I'm like, that will never happen. But yeah, people are always looking for ways to get around crazy prices and all this other stuff. And
yeah, you can always use your I can't remember who just said it. Oh no, Andy also said she uses Facebook groups. Stores. Well, and I noticed that I think a lot of people in my area are also resellers. Now I don't know where they're getting their stuff from beforehand, because I've seen them put up like 10, 20 items a day. It's like,
yeah,
okay, where are you getting all yours? And it seems like they don't care what they get. They started at $1.
Yeah.
Some of them do the buy it now price, but even that's like anywhere from, depending on what it is, $5 to $20.
Yeah, no, totally. And I don't know, like, I mean, if you didn't care what you wanted to get, that'd be great. But you know, you have numbers and you have what you paid for it and what you want to sell it for, and that's something that you have to look into. And for me, that's why I don't do, like, I try to source Facebook groups, but here it's so brutal because everybody on Facebook in my area is a reseller, so they're trying to sell it at like top dollar retail price.
Well, that's what here. I'm getting to the point where I'm going to start listing certain things, and if they go, they go. If they don't, I'm going to just keep try to put them in different groups until they go. Before I donate them, because if I'm going to try getting, I don't even remember some of the things. I don't even remember what I paid for it, or they've been here for so long. It's like, okay, they're dead stock. Might as well just get it out of the house. That's why the video or the DVD I sold today, I'm only getting $1 for it, and it's sealed.
Right. But you know, that's the money you're getting back, and versus what you wouldn't have got money back for it if you wouldn't have got that. You would have just donated it and been out that money.
Exactly. That's my one problem. I think I know I should probably donate, especially when they have the ARC has a drop donation center really right around on the other side of our entrance to where I live. But the part of me that says, no, I need to get money back. I can't just donate.
Yep. I personally, donations are great, and at the last case scenario, I'll donate. And I know I might catch a lot of hate for this, but I try not to donate, because if you run a business, you have to make money. So I take a lot of my inventory that don't sell to consignment auctions, or I will just run it through a yard sale and try to clear it off that way.
Yeah, that's what the wife wanted me to do. Us to do was have a yard sale. I just couldn't. I'm like, well, we'd have to rent a table, so we'd have to have this. We have to. It costs us more to try and get set up for it than it would be to expect somebody to come where we live, and especially to buy 1,000 items. You got no
Right.
idea what 1,000 items in that size for $1.
Right. Right. Which would have been awesome. I mean, $1 an item. Like, here's the deal: is it's the same amount of money if you sell one item for $1,000 or 1,000 items for $1. It's the same amount of money. It's just more different types of work involved. You know, and if you're having a yard sale where it's all out there, well, heck, like you can sell 1,000 items. I mean, depending on what area you're in, and it's like you really aren't doing nothing but taking money, you know, and you're sitting back.
Yeah, I guess funny thing is, I told last week we talked about my situations with the flea markets.
Mm-hmm.
I actually joked with the wife at the time, saying we should try looking into getting one started up here on the north side of town.
Mm-hmm.
It never took off. It's like I didn't have the money to do it, even though I've scouted. I'm like, well, that would be a good spot. That would be a good spot, especially when you can have outside spots.
Right. Heck, I think flea markets are great. Like, if you have a lot of items, like that might be a good area. That might be like something to look into. You know?
Well, yeah, that's the thing is, since I don't have a car.
Yeah.
I'd have to find a partner that did have a vehicle and that was willing to sit with me, help set up, help take down each weekend.
Yeah.
So it's
kind of, you got to weigh the pros and cons to that, you know, too.
Again, that's what happened. Like, that's what got me in there was the partner. But then when he left, if I didn't meet the other person to be friends with, how would have I gotten there on the weekend, on Sundays?
Right, exactly. You wouldn't have.
I would have to take a cab, and it's almost $10-20 from one end of town to the other.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. So get this slip says Katie Trader, the hubby, checks Craigslist for curbside pickups too. Yeah, I do that too a little bit. I get some pretty good stuff from that. And I garbage pick a little bit too.
Does anybody else want to pop in? Anybody else has if we already had anybody pop in.
We had Don last week pop in.
Oh, I'm talking about tonight.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's being shy tonight. I don't know what's going on.
Even you were shy until I offered if you're going to be on it. You didn't come into my drop. You didn't come into any of my drive-bys. You kept typing away.
Well, see, and that's what like, you know, that was even before, like, when you had your drive-by show. I didn't even do YouTube then, so I was like, you know, it was like, I'll be honest, like, coming on YouTube when I first started was the single, like, almost hands down scariest thing I ever done.
Glenn said link.
All right, Glenn, I am sending you the link, sir. I'll send it on Facebook Messenger. Give me a second here. I'm gonna pull it up.
How you doing? So I'm gonna go back a little bit to the eBay changes because like I said, I'm not really that worried about them, and I might go back to the smaller store, the literally smallest store. I wonder how many people are gonna go for the highest store now.
$3,000. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, but look at what are they paying now for an anchor store?
I think it's 300 maybe for an anchor.
But how many listings? You know, you got to weigh the pros and cons.
Right. Yeah, that $3,000 store. That's a lot of listings. That's a lot of listings.
Second, you think of store businesses that everybody complains about, the big box stores like Target and everybody else that can start. Okay, well, we're gonna make our real presence since all of our brick and mortar stores are closing.
And that's a good thing. Like, eBay needs to do that and make a good presence like that. You know, that's a good change. I think that $3,000 store opens up a lot of options for people.
And if you're already at the anchor store and you're paying for extra listings after the fact already,
right?
Granted, people wanted spots in between the anchor and the premium. They kind of listened. They just did it the opposite way. They went to the extremes.
Right. Glenn, that link is sent to you in Facebook Messenger. No, I agree, Chris. That $3,000 store opens up a lot of doors, you know.
No, Don, that's Dina wants Glenn to come in. She's just saying, yes, Swamp, we'll come in, meaning she's happy.
Yeah, that $3,000 store is good, but I'll be honest with you. The one thing that scares the crap out of me, and I'll be honest, this is what scares me, is I read an article on February 20th, and I can't remember where I read it at. I have to find it, and I don't know where it's at. I've tried finding it. And it was on February 20th of 2018. The CEO of eBay was interviewed, and he said that they were changing their ranking system and their cataloging system. They're going to get a new cataloging system. It's going to be geared more towards new items. Like, it seems like they're trying to mimic a lot of Amazon, and that's what scares me.
Well, what I'm wondering is then, and I've seen other people say this in groups, not just the society, but in other groups, that what eBay should do then is maybe figure out a way of splitting off, like they have the eBay Motors. Okay.
Yep.
eBay Vintage, eBay, so that way they can have their new setup for the new stuff. And the people that don't have the UPCs, instead of forcing people to buy them just to put them in for a sale, it's not like you're going to be searching for a 1970 item with a UPC.
Right.
You're going to go by name, by year, not by no numbers.
Right. Hey, Glenn, how are you tonight?
Doing good, man. I heard y'all talking about the returns and all that, but like you said, man, you're going to take a return on 30-pound stereo because it didn't match, the wood grain on the stereo wall, whatever. So, man, like you said, buyer's remorse.
Yeah, and if you say accept free returns, like buyer's remorse, no longer you can fight it. You have to take it.
Better off to tell them, the odds are we paid $10 for it. It costs $30 to ship it. Say, hey, keep it, dude.
Yeah.
Or send me a video of you dropping it and breaking it, so I know, but
that would be awesome. That's what I'm gonna start doing. Is I'm just gonna offer free returns, but when they want to return, I'm gonna be like, no, you have to break it or smash it, and then I'm just gonna put a bunch of those videos on like just a YouTube channel, like at my YouTube channel, and this is gonna be like one show.
But like you said, I commented a couple of days ago. They're trying to be Amazon, and they need to be eBay.
Yep.
Because they're gonna wake up one day. Everybody's gonna lose their TRS whatever result because nobody's gonna give free returns if they send a stereo off.
No, and that's the thing is, so yeah, they're trying to compete and they're trying to stay competitive, and I get that. But one thing is that they are eBay, so they need to realize that. Like, don't compare your business to Amazon.
Yeah, or Walmart. Because Walmart, you can go dig a receipt out of the garbage can, go find that item, and plead, hey, I just got this and changed my mind.
Yep. All that is hassle-free returns. And eBay pretty much does hassle-free returns.
Right.
But they don't give free returns unless you choose.
Right.
Which is good, but man, the TRS status surprised me because that 10% adds up. But I'll be honest with you, that 10% ain't worth me offering free.
Oh, no. I mean, I don't want to send something big out. And I just had to cancel an order. Somebody ordered something at my work deal, and I started a couple had a return back. I thought I cleared it, but I went into my skid plates, put in there 4-stroke, 2-stroke. There was a difference, even though those are both of them have 250 2-stroke, 250 4-stroke.
Yeah.
And I ordered it and all that. And I looked at the title. I didn't put 4-stroke in the title. So I emailed the guy and said, hey, do you have a 2 or 4-stroke? He said 2-stroke. I said, it's not going to fit. So I only fit a 4-stroke. And actually, you want me to cancel it. So I'm probably going to cancel. I haven't seen his message, but I'll cancel it no matter what, probably. I'll just tell eBay can read the message and say, hey, he told me he had a 2-stroke and it's for a 4-stroke.
Well, and I'll be honest with you, I've had several messages. So I had one message about, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. I sold a concert t-shirt to this lady. It was $12.99. That's what I sold it for. $12.99. I profited like $2 on it.
Right.
2 days goes by and I get positive feedback, all this stuff, and then the lady emails me and she says, I need to return this item. I'm like, okay, why? And she says, this is way too graphic for my 12-year-old daughter to wear. And I said, are you kidding me?
She saw it when she bought it. You know, like she bought it blind.
Yeah, and it was a Simple Plan punk rock t-shirt, punk rock band, Simple Plan. I'm like, well, first off, and this is what I told her. I said, Simple Plan's a graphic band, so for your 12-year-old daughter to even know who those are and to listen to that music, it's pretty crazy. I said, to be honest, I just said, my return policy is that buyer pays for shipping back. You pay for the shipping back, and as soon as I get it, I'll happily refund you your $12.99. Never heard back ever again. The lady just didn't care. She don't want to pay that shipping. It's literally going to be $3. But if I would have offered free returns, I would have had to have taken that.
Right.
And then literally I would have went into the red on that item. I would have been negative like $2 to $3 because I only profited like $2 on it.
Right.
You know?
Well, not necessarily because if you got it back and at least it wasn't destroyed, you could resell it.
Right. You could.
You have to raise the price a little bit more to get the $3 back.
But now I'll be honest with you, the one good thing that's going to come of this free returns is the sellers that offer them, they're going to raise their prices.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to help the people that don't offer free returns out because then we're going to be able to come down and undercut every one of them and sell it cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, before, if you decide to do a free return on something heavy, I'm going to charge an extra $50 in case you return it, you know.
And I'm going to charge the $50 less and sell it before them. And then I still have 30-day returns, but it's not free.
No, unless it's something crazy where, you know, you made a mistake big time or it's not working, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I could even chat on it if you heard a story. One time he sent something to Illinois, whatever. And he knew it worked. The guy got it. Said it doesn't work. Luckily, he had a friend that lived too far away. His friend went and checked it out. He said he emailed the guy and said, hey, I got a friend that lives down the road. Do you mind him coming over and checking it out? Yeah. His friend actually called Chad. Hey, Chad, this thing doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know, so it was something like, I don't know if something came loose or something like that or whatever.
Well, that's the thing is like when people want to return stuff, like I have literally refunded people and told them to keep the item before. I do right by by every customer I have. But like if people like the lady that emailed me and said, I just want to return this, that's too graphic. Like that's a buyer's remorse. I am not going to refund you for buyer's remorse.
Right.
It's not going to do it.
No. But I saw the pipe the other day. I wish the guy would have been more detailed. You know, in the pictures, I had a whole lot of pictures. It had a little dent in it. And he said it had a dent in it. And I'm looking at the picture and I said, you can't even see the dent hardly. You know, it's only like a rock hit it, you know, on a pipe, brand new pipe. But he didn't tell me. He would email me and said, hey, I'm putting this on a show bike. It's going to cost me $10,000 to build. I need something that's flawed free. I always took the time to check it out. You know, so he sent it back. I had another pipe, a works pipe on there, which is unfinished, not chrome. He saw that one. Hey, I'm buying that other one. You know that. But can you check it out? And I rode my hands all over it, checked it out, oiled it, cleaned it real good, put out all 12 new pictures. And I just emailed him about an hour ago. I said, hey, did you get how was the pipe? He said, perfect. You know, and all that.
I had a guy literally, oh man, same situation, but it was on an action figure. And I had this like little Mario action figure I sold him. And the guy's like, I am a collector of action figures, but they have to be flawless. Yeah. And I said, crap, this dude's going to give me trouble. He bought it. And I shipped it. And he's like, you shipped it awesome. Thank you so much. It was great feedback. Like nothing ever happened. You know,
to me, if you're really a big collector, or if you're doing something special, you need to let the guy know, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Even though you're looking at a picture, it has to be flawed free. It can't be like a scratch on it, you know.
And that's what this guy told me. And I literally wrapped the box in shrink wrap, and not shrink wrap, but I wrapped the box in a clean like plastic cling wrap. I wrapped it in cling wrap, like the plastic wrap you use for food, and then I put it in a box. I put foam around it, and then I put foam on top of it, and you know,
because these pipes are like 17 years old. This one I sent to him was a 99 or 97.
Wow!
From that time area, and they don't make these anymore either. You know, you know, so he didn't. You know, he sent it back and all that. It actually cost him I charged like $30 because I didn't know I was going to go post office. Well, I started using FedEx home delivery. And it's like $15 to $20. So it's like $10 to $30 cheaper. you know, versus using priority mail. But priority mail is kind of weird. Sometimes you put in a certain size box, and it's boom, it's like $15, you know.
Yep.
Let me do a quick show and tell on this stuff. I went to Goodwill this past Monday. God, you probably heard Lonnie go to the box store and buy boxes. There's a Goodwill next door. Well, I did the same thing. I had to go buy packing tape and all that. So I hit the Goodwill first, you know, and all that. But I never seen this. It's called suede or whatever. Whatever I can put in there.
Wow.
But it's all the instructions in this, but it's made in Canada and it's actually suede and all leather. Paid like $3.99 for it. I think it's a women's. It was like in the men's section, but it's like almost like a blue jean jacket, but brown suede. It's super nice. You know, I'm not sure. I kind of just bought it because I said that looks nice, so I bought that. You know,
nice.
Right next to it was this Nike warm up sweat. It's like bright. This thing has never been worn. I think if you normally you can look at the tag. Where's that? Well, this one has a white tag, but it looks pretty fresh, you know.
Oh yeah.
This is like, you know, right off the shelf and all that. And these all pretty much right.
Nike always sells good.
And I know what Bill Blast is, you know.
You
know, and this is like a giant. This coat must be like 5 foot long, some double line inside, zipper.
Chris, have you ever sold any Bill Blast? I've seen it, but I've never picked it up.
I've never even heard of it, so I'm not really a clothes person anymore. So
yeah, it's high-end men's clothes, but I recognize the name, so I bought it, you know, and checked it out. But when you check the phone comps and on your phone, and when you get home and check on a computer, it seems like they're different sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
You know?
I copied a comment I wanted to read off from Karen. He says, "I'm so glad to hear you all talking honestly about this insane return policy. So many resellers seem to think it's just fine, but I don't believe them."
I think they're lying if there are, you know. They got money in stock in eBay or something.
It's yeah, it is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't do nothing about it. So you got to change your business.
Right.
And do what?
Change it on eBay, or you have to get off eBay and change it in some other way.
Yep, exactly.
You wake up bonanza. I mean,
or you can offer the free returns, or just say no. You got to pay for them, and that's one thing that eBay's giving you the option. So, you know, honestly, I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think, and I know I'm sounding like a broken record. I just don't think that TRS Plus gives you any bigger bump in sales. That's just my opinion.
And I just want to ask everybody, if you like what we're talking about, hit the like button. And if you don't, let us know why. Let us, so we can try making changes. I'm trying to bring out the shows the way I had it, and that's why I wanted people to pop in, do the drive-by. We haven't gotten a guest. If I had known Shane was going to have a guest on his show, but save him for this show.
Yeah, and I apologize for that. My communication isn't really the best. So next time I am thinking about having a guest, I'll let you know, and we can bring him on in here instead. So I had.
I don't want to take your guest either. You know, I was. I'm joking in a way, because it's like, I don't know. I didn't know him, so that was like one of my old day shows where I had people on it I didn't know. I was getting. I'd have questions set up to ask.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I do a few interviews for resellers, but you know, and what Chris is talking about, if no one has watched, is I interviewed Mo Fremont on my channel earlier before the show, and he is the guy that he does the Reseller Niche podcast, and it's a small YouTube channel, but it's making its way up there. So,
hey Chris, did you see that message I said I'll miss the beginning of the show because I had a offer upsell? Jackass that showed up.
I said, if you notice, I respond. Oh, you might not see it. I said, okay, Glenn.
Yeah, I saw that part. So I went. You know, it only took. I'm only right down the street. It takes me more time to walk to my truck and back than it takes me to drive there. I got there, pulled up right in front of the CVS. Said, I am here. I can't make it tonight. After we talked about 5:30, say 8 o'clock. He said, okay. You know. So if he messaged me again and say, hey, the deal's off. If you want them, you come to my work. And it's gonna be full price. I had like $18 for hot steel-toed water boots. I paid like $3 for.
Nice.
So if he wants them now, he just say, "Hey, I'm not meeting you nowhere."
Yeah.
If you were to email me like, "Hey, something came up, can't make it," before I drove over there, and luckily, I got there and back before the show even started. So if you would have emailed me, that would have been okay. Catch you next time. But now that he's wasn't nice about it.
No, I haven't had that happen yet. What I've had happen is somebody didn't. I said I wanted to meet at the local rent center, which is on the main street instead of at my house. Person that had already picked up at my house once before, but I still said I wanted to meet there because I was going to meet somebody else that hasn't been at the house.
Right.
And they never responded, and then all of a sudden I'm leaving with the one item to go to the meeting. The other person's pulling into my driveway at my gate. They're like, "I'm here for the hat." I said I wanted to meet at. She's like, "I know I met you here." I'm like, I kept my mouth shut because I wasn't gonna. And this was during a snowstorm.
Wow.
So I just went. I walked back in the house, grabbed the hat, took my whole $1, or no, $2, turned around, and walked back to the other place.
John Nevermore Antiques said, "How was Subway?" And I was drinking a Subway.
That's part of my iced tea from Subway in there.
Yeah. I was also on my last show was drinking tea out of a Subway cup because I ate Subway for lunch today.
I got the foot-long $4.99 special, so I can eat the rest of it tomorrow night.
Yeah, I got the oh man, it is the wrap. It's the new Southwest steak wrap, and it was super delicious.
Yeah, I saw where they had some new wraps or something.
Ooh, it was good.
But we got a new place. I don't know if y'all got them. It's called Jersey Mike's. They put
that's good. That's good.
They put Subway to shame, really, but they're a little bit more expensive, and all that, But they're good,
Yep.
But like Subway's a little bit closer to me and all that. And for $4.99 for a Black Forest foot long, I can eat on 2 days. It's worth $5. It costs you $14 more probably.
We got a question. So get this, Flips. She wanted to know, what is your handling time? She switched to 1-day shipping. Should she go back to 2-day shipping after payment? I've gone back to 2-day because since I'm back down to my one person, but I'm still trying to get it out on the same day or by the next morning when they buy.
Could you get like a 10% discount? To me, if you even offer 7-day, but if you get it out next day or same day every time, then you should get that 10% credit for that particular item.
Well, even so with me, I do 1 day,
right?
But that's just so like what Chris is saying is 2 days not bad. Like you could do really anything, but I do 1 day personally because it ranks my item higher. Right. And what I mean by that is I put on each item. I have a business policy that gives the buyer 3 methods of shipping: economy, first class, and priority.
Right.
And on the items above that, it's just economy and priority. And if you offer that 1-day handling with this new thing that they rolled out with the guaranteed shipping, your item will still rank higher because of the 1-day handling, because you can get it to the customer quicker.
Yeah, everything at my work, I got 1-day handling, whatever, because I'm at work. So if I'm on the computer, boom, I can get it out. Now, actually, I had one today that came real late. I mean, I made it at 4 o'clock. I was going to print the label for tomorrow's shipping date. I'm going, "Hey, Mom," which it's a family business. "I need you to run this to the post office because it's only like 5 minutes away." I didn't want to go out tomorrow and get, even though it's like 4 o'clock.
Well, now don't get that confused though, because the 1-day shipping you have 24 hours. The same day you have that day.
That day.
But you can do 1-day shipping and then ship it out the next day.
Yeah. At work, I got the items there. Now I'll do 2-day. If I'm at work, for all the stuff that's in here, it's pretty much 2-day. That way, I'm out. I don't have to, just to give me a buffer zone.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I went to 2 days because of the change in not having a packer for myself.
Well,
Well,
and it's probably easier for you, Chris, to do the 2-day because if you have 4 or 5 hats that sell at one time, it's just you. It takes a while to ship those.
exactly.
Yeah, you never know. Like you could sell 5 things at once, and then you're like, oh crap, what am I gonna do?
Exactly. Especially now that I told you what happened earlier, I'm not gonna go into that on the show. But I mean,
Yeah,
I really have no help. So
yeah.
Oh, Shane,
Exactly.
on GSP, us and stuff, they got to pay a higher fee to get it over there. We just sent it to Kentucky. It cost me $2.66 to send it to Kentucky first class. What do you think they're paying for that item for just a regular small envelope for GSP to get it?
Oh, I already know because I can print out the breakdowns and it tells me.
Well, I'm curious because I sell stickers and I sold like a $5 sticker with 25 shipping. And I sold another sticker for $7 or $5 or $4 for $2.66 shipping, whatever.
Well, let's put it like this. So I just sold a coat yesterday.
Right.
It was a Tommy Hilfiger coat,
Right.
and it went to Australia. I only use GSP.
That's all I do.
That's it. And they paid $110 free shipping. And they paid GSP, I believe it was like $60 to get it shipped over there.
This is basically a whole square, 8x9 envelope, 2 ounces. But I sell stickers on my personal account and also on my work account. Well, the guy would have looked at it before he ordered them and said, this is the same person. Email me, hey, can you send me both of those decals in the same envelope? I would have done it, Now I was scared just to put it in there because you got to show both of them being shipped. But I thought about maybe this another, actually one of them I put 2 of them in there, for his troubles, being that make it worth his while. But a lot of these stickers I even got free back in the 70s and 80s. I'm selling for $5 to $10 a pop.
Oh yeah,
and all that. And I got boxes and thousands of them. But like I said, they don't make them anymore, and people are getting reproductions of them and selling them on eBay. I'm saying I'll put them on, original. But I got a negative too for one decal sold, because like I said, didn't stick. Well, why didn't you just call me? I mean, I emailed him about 4 or 5 times. He never responded to me.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get it off, eBay said, yeah, all he said it was couldn't stick, or he has to take it off,
Chris, do you do international shipping?
I do GSP.
Yeah, I do GSP too. And well, So Get This Flip says that she doesn't do international shipping. And there's a lot of headaches with international shipping, but GSP, that's why I do it. It's easy. It's easy breezy.
Well, sometimes you can trust them. Like I got one guy actually sent it to GSP, went first time to Australia, and he started emailing me that, and then he wanted to get some rims and all that. Well, he got like 7 rims. He took 2 years to pay for it. I had over $1,000 of his money sitting in my PayPal account, which I earmarked. I never took it out and put it in my case. Somebody called me, hey, I'm sick. I need my money back. So almost 2 years before he actually even shipped anything. I didn't ship it until this past January.
Wow.
The first one. I still got $1,000 of his money in my account. So I shipped like $600, whatever. I sent 3 rims to Australia internationally. It cost like $130 and all that.
John says,
but very happy person, and still, and this, like you said, not using GSP.
John says for free returns, if you take the return and get a negative, eBay will remove it.
Yep.
So that's another positive for the free returns. If you really want positive negative, if they're gonna always remove your negatives,
yeah,
then it means you can basically screw up and get a return, and then the buyer can't give you a negative anyway. So basically, the sellers are not getting any negatives anymore.
That's
free return.
One super positive thing. One big time positive thing.
Well, that, and one bad thing is, I think a lot of buyers don't realize what a negative does, to your account. I mean, some of them saying I wasn't happy. He doesn't understand. Hey, that'd be like giving you a red mark at work, and you say, don't come back for 3 days and with no pay. Type deal almost. I guess they don't really understand it, kind of like the Walmart attitude. If I can't return it, because it doesn't match my eyes or something,
A positive negative is what John says.
Well, Fueling for the Light asks, why don't they program their site to block the ability to leave negative in that case.
Yeah, they won't.
They blocked us from being able to leave negative for buyers.
Yeah, you should, but now on the old school eBay, you used to be able to leave negative for buyers, I think.
Yeah, it should go both ways. But what I'm saying is now we can't even leave negative, but they can still leave negative for us unless we're now doing the free returns.
Yeah, I could see this happening. I'm just gonna play devil's advocate, but I could see this happening. eBay, if you don't do free returns, they won't help you remove the negatives anymore. If you just do the 30 days, the buyer pays back. They just won't care as much. That could happen too. I don't know.
Yeah, but they want, like she said, then why don't they just get rid of
Yeah.
negative?
They should. Yeah. I mean, you're already ranked, like, like they rank you, and then you get so many points for like each, what I'm talking about, Chris. Like the stars you get.
Oh yeah, the DSRs.
Yeah, you get the DSR ratings. So like, why don't they just do?
I thought that rating was done. I thought because every time I was like, outside I looked, they say, "Oh, my stars are gone because I haven't had sales in a while."
Yeah.
And then other time it's filled. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, mine's still filled. Mine's still updates too. But heck, why don't they just do that instead of negatives?
I don't know. Well, we are past the hour. So I hope everybody enjoyed what we talked about. Glenn, thanks for popping in.
You're welcome.
I know I kind of begged.
Thanks for the drive-by.
Yeah, I'm having a garage sale in 2 weeks, so hopefully any of these people come by and buy my stuff. I'm trying to get my death pile down. And what's cool about it is actually my storage unit place is doing it. They're doing it for their tenants and all that. And so this is a perfect opportunity for me to get rid of my stuff. It's only 3 of us doing it too. I went by today or yesterday. Only 3 people out of like 300 units are doing it. So I'll have a lot of the parking lot to myself. Yeah.
Hey Glenn, why don't you just sell your stuff, your death pile to Lonnie? Say here.
He's got too much stuff already to worry about.
Give him just one flat price.
But he probably will come by, he's seen my death pile before.
You and him probably, you and him probably fought over some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of my stuff. That last thing he bought, that spear you saw, that buck, I saw it on the table. I said, I thought just looking at it, that's made Taiwan or something. I never did even pick it up and look at it. I bought some other stuff at that garage sale. So you got that one after I did.
All right. Well, I'm gonna end the show. I want to thank everybody for watching, and we will see you Monday.
Yep.
The 5th.
You got the MSP auction show coming up Saturday.
Yeah, you got the auction show Saturday, and then you also got, well, I don't know if they're going to have it, Chad and their resellers post on his channel. I don't know how, with him having his grandbaby, he may not be doing it this week.
You got the reseller 6-pack on Sunday, so tune in for that.
Who's holding it this week?
Oh man, you had to ask me, didn't you?
You had to promote it.
I know, and I can't remember who's supposed to be hosting it. I hosted it last week, and then I think it might be
Tanya.
Maybe Tanya. Yeah, I'm thinking it's either Tanya, or maybe Andy.
Lori.
Yeah, one of those guys, more than likely. But yeah, I honestly should know that, but I don't.
Well, seem like every show y'all do at the end of the show, I was like, who's doing the show? It's like I don't know even then.
Yeah.
John wants to know how Chad is. Chad's been quiet because just this past week, his son and daughter-in-law had another kid. So he's got a grandson and a granddaughter with birthdays very close to each other. So he's spending family time.
I think they're only 2 days apart. Was it 2 years and 2 days maybe, or?
I thought it was a year and 2 days.
Something like that. He's a busy grandpa.
Yes, he will be.
Adley's two, right? I know she's not one, so she's two, right?
Well, she may be too. Huh?
Yeah, I think she's two. I think it's 2 years. I saw the deal popped on Facebook, said "Happy birthday, Adley." And I said, "Well, heck, the baby was just born a couple of days ago, so it's probably 2 years and 2 days. They're real close, you know."
Yeah. So I want to thank, like I said, I want to thank everybody for watching, and we will see you Monday night.
See you,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.